Okay, hello, I'm Max.
And I'm Paddy.
And welcome to your next family game.
Yeah, so your next family game is a series for anyone who's interested in either beginning the hobby of gaming or just developing it, finding out new games. The difference about our series is that we want to give you not just our perspective, but a child's eye view of the game. So you're going to see some of our kids playing, and we're going to give you some ratings at the end that will help to know whether it suits your family or not.
And we're also going to talk about the experience of playing it with a family, because that's very different to playing it with adults.
Absolutely.
So today we're going to talk about Ice Cool, this game here, and Paddy is going to talk you through it.
So Ice Cool is a fun family game where one of the cool things to start with is that it comes in a box this size, but you create together this amazing game board by linking sections together. The game itself is a very simple chase type game. One of you plays the role of a chaser. The other three are trying to run around the school building trying to catch as many fish as they can. So 3 out of the 4 players are trying to flick their penguins through some doorways on the board. If they successfully manage to flick a penguin through a doorway, they would get the fish of their colour. One of the players, however, is trying to chase the other penguins by flicking the penguin to hit the other players. If they do that, they get to seize their hall pass and score points at the end of the round. So whilst that sounds simple, there are 3 different ways you can flick your penguin to add to the difficulty and interest. One would be a straight flick, hopefully aiming it to try and get through the door. One would be a flick over a wall, where you flick the top of their heads. The last one is you can try and bend it using a bit of side spin. Now this is really tricky, but if you get it right, you can get penguins going through more than one door. So that's how you play the game. Let's watch us play it with our children.
That is a tremendous shot.
Black card. I get 2 because I get the. I need the card.
How come you got a card?
Because of the hall points.
Oh yeah. Oh, off the wall.
Nice.
Cool. Right, let's have a go. See if I can bend it round and get a Noah.
It'll be a close one.
No, that was terrible.
That's my go. No, it's my go.
Yeah, Zach's go. Well, you just beat me up.
I'm doing really
You
bad.
big meanie. Is that the end of the round?
Yes, it's I win. No one. Sadly, I don't think I've won actually.
Okay, cool. Okay. So Zach, what do you think of Ice Cool?
It's a great game, entertaining for any age.
Yeah, it really is very accessible, isn't it? Although there is, there's a big difference between someone who's good at flicking stuff accurately and someone who isn't.
Yeah.
Do you think that might be frustrating for people who find it more difficult?
I think it can sometimes be frustrating for people who aren't very experienced with flicking.
Yeah.
But because they need to get through the doors. But then, yeah, I've played it a lot.
A lot of flicking games as well. And is there anything else to it other than flicking?
Yeah, there's lots of strategy. So if you're the catcher, you need to plan out. So let's say someone is about to get their last fish. You can get to that room ready. In your goes, do little flicks.
Yeah.
Block off all the other entrances until they're forced to come in, and then you can catch them.
We never quite got to that. It's over very quickly.
However, as a runner, you need to see if I go here, is it easy for the catcher to then get me, or will I be safe?
Okay, all right, that's cool. How would it rank for you? Is it one of your favourite games? Is it kind of one you play
I would say it's like a 7 out of 10 for me.
Ooh, a rating. Thank you, Zach. Excellent, 7 out of 10 for you. Spoilers, but I would probably agree with you about that. A whole game when you don't get through any gaps.
It's a bit.
Okay, good for you. But you cope really well with that, and I thought that was really good. Do you think that there's much to this game other than flicking? Are there any other skills or decisions you have to take other than?
Not really, but there's like a few. If you want to get like get through more doors, you would need to be quite experienced about it.
Oh, so you might want to go for like a glory thing, like I did with
Yeah.
you when I was trying to catch you, going through that door, but then also change direction to get you. So that's true. There is a little bit more kind of, are you going to go for the easy one or the more tricky? So that is true. How would you rate the game? Is it one of your favourites? Is it one that's sort of in the middle for you?
It's like almost at the end. It's a really good game. I like it a lot.
Okay, fantastic. So that's Ice Cool. We're going to rate it in a few ways. But first of all, we're going to start with the complexity. Some people, that's good. Sometimes some people not so much. This is a very simple game. Even Paddy can explain this in 30 seconds. So it's a very simple game because Paddy is a very simple person.
And even Max can play it, so even more so.
True.
So what score are you going to give it for complexity?
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5, yeah. I'd give it a 2, only for the flicking, that you can kind of do some advanced flicking. The next one is fidget factor. There's nothing worse than setting up a game, taking the time to get going, and then your kid loses interest and walks out of the room. What we're going to start doing is giving you a score of how well a game keeps a child's interest. So a high fidget factor here means it's going to keep their interest, they're going to watch and be engaged, and I think Ice Cool's good for that. I'd give it a strong 4 out of 5. You're always watching your penguin. It's a very fast-moving game, so I'm giving it 4 out of 5.
I mean, I would go for 5. It's absolutely, you can't really, there's no reason to take your eyes off it for the game. It only plays in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Really great for that. The next one is the Tantrum Prevention Index, which is fairly difficult to say, but easy to score. This is okay if you are a child who is not good at dexterity. Playing a dexterity game isn't that much fun. There's not much compensating you in terms of experience or cool stuff happening. If you're not good at it, it just may not be much fun. So I give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah, and certainly I'd give it a 3 because there is an element of trying to catch another player. We've had a couple of my kids sometimes getting upset because their player was caught. However, the game's quite good because you still can score even if you were caught. So it's not as if you're out, you can still score. So actually there's quite a quick way of saying, don't worry, you're still in the game. Lastly, I guess for us is before we give an overall score, is something called amaze balls. It's those moments in games which is why you play games. You want there to be a moment of, wow, that's a great story that we've just told together, or that was fun, that was exciting, and I think Ice Cool does pretty well at that actually. Yeah. The box itself, kind of growing into this big play area, is an amazing moment when you set it up. When you flick the penguin on the head and it flies over a wall, hits someone else's penguin, goes through a door, that's amazing. So I would give it, for me, a 4 actually, a 4.
I concur. Now, the overall score for me is a 7. It's not perfect, there are people who won't enjoy it, but it's really great fun to get out and crack out, particularly if, like me and Paddy, we kind of spend a lot of time at community events playing with people who aren't gamers. This is a great one to just crack out with people who've never played anything like this before, and it will not blow their minds, but it will kind of open their eyes a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I'd give it a 7 as well. Really quick to explain, lots of fun to play. Even adults together, I've played this a couple of times after dinner, and it's a bit of fun. So yeah, 7 out of 10.
I mean, obviously, after dinner you may feel you feel you're better at this game, but you may actually not be better at this game.
Like that.
So anyway, that was Ice Cool. We hope you're going to check it out. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Games4. That's the number 4 families. Let us know what you think. Let us know what we should do next.
Subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe, whatever that is. See you later. I just hit you with a completely awesome shot, and I'm rule at this game, so I'm going to need your hall pass, please. Yes!